A chemist needs 5 liters of a 70% alcohol solution. If she has some 90% solution, okay, if she mixes this with some 40% solution, okay, how much of the 40% solution should she use, okay? So, and we have 4 choices here. Let's let X equal the number of liters of the 90% solution. So we're going to have 90% of X, okay? 90% of X. And then if you have, we're going to have some 40% solution. We're going to mix in 40% of, now, what goes here? Well, you originally had 5 liters, right? Of that 5 liters, the total is 5, but X comes out of that, okay? Because you used up X liters. Of the 5, you used up X, and what's left goes here, okay? Total of 5, you used X, so 5 minus X is what's left when you use up part of the 5, okay? And then you're going to end up with 70% of the total number of liters, okay? So this is 0.90, and this is 0.40, and this is 0.70, okay? Now, so that I don't have to think about that decimal, I'm going to move the decimal over 2 places. To do that, I multiply this by 100. 100 times 0.90 is 90. So you're going to move the decimal over 2 places here. 2 places on this one. Of course, this won't change. The 5 minus X won't change, but the 0.40, moving it over 2 places, makes a 40. Move it over 2 places on this one, makes 70 times 5. So you have 90X. 40 distributed onto the 5 gives you 200. 40 distributed onto negative 1x. 40 times negative 1 is negative 40. Of course, you have the x. Equals 70 times 5 is 350. Okay? So let's copy that up here and continue on. 90 minus 40 is 50. You add in the 200 and add it, let it equal to 350. So all we did is take 90 minus 40 and write 50 and copy the rest of it down. Now I'm going to subtract 200 from both sides. Okay? Subtract 200 from both sides. The reason I'm going to take away the 200 is we asked the question, what number is next to the x? What number is right next to the x? Well, you say the 50 is right next to the x. Okay, but 50 is called the coefficient of the variable x. X is the variable, 50 is the coefficient, okay? And we get rid of coefficients when you have 2 terms. Do I have 2 terms here? Let's count them. 1, 2, 3. You can't get rid of the 50 until you have exactly 2 terms. We'll get rid of the 50 later on. But right now, we'll wait till we have 2 terms to get rid of the 50. Right now, ask the question again. What number is next to the x? Well, the 200 is. If you're not going to get rid of the 50, the number next to the x is this. The reason we're trying to get rid of numbers next to the x is I want to solve this for x. I want to say x equals. So I have to get rid of all these other numbers. The number next to the x, other than the 50, is the 200. We subtract 200 from both sides. Bring down the 50. This equals, and you have 150 over here. Okay? Now we have 2 terms. I'm going to divide by the coefficient of the variable. Now we're going to divide this by 50 and 150 divided by 50. So x equals 3. Okay? X is 3. So you automatically want to jump and pick 3. The problem with saying 3 is you have x was the number of liters of 90%. We start off with 90% of x, didn't we? So x goes with the 90. 5, so 3 goes with the 90. What's 5 minus 3? 5 minus x goes with the 40%. Remember, it was 5 minus x for the 40. So what is 5 liters minus the 3 liters? We're talking about 2 liters is the number of liters of the 40% solution. How much of the 40% solution should you use? Well, if 3 liters goes with the 90, then 2 liters must go with the 40.